Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Apologize for the loudness. Welcome to our Finance Committee meeting. Today is Thursday, April 9th, and we do have a quorum, so I am going to ask everyone, call the meeting to order, and if you are able, if you could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, everyone. Just couple of announcements. First, the select board is meeting at 8 o'clock. They were originally going to meet here for two. They have two items on their agenda: swearing in of people, and then reorganization. Depending upon the number of people that show up for the people who were elected, we may take a recess to let them use this area for swearing in, et cetera, et cetera. So, because I figured. Oh, I know. I spoke with Steve about it already. So I did mention that. Like that is, I don't have a problem with that. And then the second announcement is we're gonna have a couple things for minutes. After tonight, we should be basically done with town meeting. Well, our votes, that's the goal, all right? Budget, everything else. Warrants will get finalized, get sent out, other stuff will get sent out. But I had originally reserved the hall for 2 nights next week, Wednesday and Thursday. I would like to have one meeting so we can finish the Collins Center report, any minutes and everything else, so that we're done then through town meeting, barring any emergency. So does anyone have preferences as to Wednesday or Thursday? You want Wednesday? Okay, Wednesday it is. So Wednesday will be our, get rid of house cleaning. Thank you. All right. All right. Well, it's only next Wednesday. I only have it Wednesday the 15th or Thursday the 16th. All right. Following school vacation week, and then the following is right before town meeting, and then it's town meeting. But so if you wish to think about it, Wednesday, Thursday, I don't care if people have a strong preference one way or another. Let me know. You want to vote on it now, or if both of you want to be? I know both of you will want to be here.
Can I make a comment?
Go right ahead.
Because we're missing a bunch of people. Instead of voting now, why don't we send a note out tonight and then ask for responses tomorrow? And that way we give everybody.
Lauren,
We've already talked about the 15th.
we were just talking about the 15th. We're talking about the 15th or the 16th.
Right.
So everybody,
We've already talked about the 15th as the date, so I've already planned on the 15th.
okay. Well, we were having some confusion, so let's, I will give anyone with any strong objections, concerns, we'll send out an email, give them till tomorrow or Saturday. If I hear, then, I post the agenda. All right. Like Becca brought up a point. I want to make sure there was some confusion. I honestly do not care which night we meet. I don't want to meet both of them. All right. So we've closed out the public hearing, so we don't have any of those motions to do, I believe, right? All right. So I think we have the stabilization articles to vote on, and then we have the budget. Do we have any others? No, I know I'm not going to do them in that order. All right. We're going to do the budget first, but are there any other articles other than the stabilization? We're all set with those, right? Because we went through them yesterday. Yeah. And I got all the votes. All right. So our next item is to discussion and vote on Article 12 of the May 4th annual town meeting, which is the budget. So I have handed out to the members a copy of going to be the proposed motion to vote on the budget, all right, when we vote. And this will be what will show up in the warrant for town meeting, and it shows all the funding sources. And I will read it when we actually vote on it, but I figured everyone would want to see the numbers and not have to try to write them all down while I read it. But we want to open up there's a couple of changes that are going to be made, that have been made to the budget, that we need to update our budgets on so that we understand a couple of things that a couple of line items that are being shifted so that we do have a balanced budget. This motion will provide a balanced budget. I also want to open up to any questions or discussions that the committee has on the budget, and any member of the committee that wants to make any recommendations or changes or motions on any part of the budget is entitled to do so. All right. Please, anybody here, do us all the courtesy, anyone, and I don't think anybody does, but if anybody has the need to make the same motion for every item in the budget, every department in the budget, and they're going to lose after 3 of them, please stop. All right, never mind. All right, so Becca.
So since this is my first time in this seat instead of just a town meeting, I have a question about process.
Yep.
Okay. So I know that we have the numbers of the full revenue, and then we have the municipal side and the school side. This committee makes a recommendation to town meeting for a balanced budget. In this meeting are the FinCom members. You had made a comment about if you have a question or if you want to, and I might have misheard you, make a change.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody on the committee says they want to move again, round numbers, $5,000 from this department to this department, or between municipal and school or something, again, the end number, the total 150 number can't change. But within that number, if a committee member makes a recommendation and we vote on that recommendation, number one, is that possible?
Mhm.
Okay. So then if that happens, what gets presented at town meeting? Is it the original and then the FinCom's recommendation, or how does that
What gets
translate?
presented at town meeting is what we vote tonight. Whatever our vote turns out to be is what's going into the warrant. All right. If we, for some reason, change something, I mean, realistically, ultimately we vote this motion, which is explaining all of it. In all likelihood, this motion in itself, the way it's written, may not change unless, we come up with additional revenue to offset the budget, because the budget has to be balanced and we have a revenue sheet. We do not vote on the revenue sheet. That is provided by the town finance director, and that's the one that we're using. I believe you all have a copy of it, like an updated, a list here for reference. Here, if you want to make a motion for any sort of change, we're not going to be as formal as a town meeting that you have to say where you're taking the money from to offset the balanced budget, because we'll have that discussion and then we'll just vote on it. There's only, 10, 12 of us here. So I think, we don't need to be as formal unless I felt, in my discretion, unless I feel it's getting out of hand or we'll be here all night, then I may use my discretion to move it along. All right. The budget does have to balance, and our grand total is $150,783,168.72. That's the revenue. Whatever we vote can be less than that, but it cannot exceed that. All right. And then what we vote is everything that we vote becomes, the warrant has articles, but we are voting motions, and this is the motion, and town meeting votes motions. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I thought what I'd do is we'd go through, if there are any general questions or comments that people have on the budget, if there are departments, and then we'll go through a list of departments if anyone wants to talk about it, whatever motions, questions, comments, changes. Then we will vote department budgets. We'll vote, there are certain ones that people may abstain from because of conflicts. So we'll vote all those first so that we don't forget any. I think it's elections and public works. Dawn, what you would abstain from, a couple of public works? Snow and ice, all right. So those we want to do those earlier so that we vote those first, because like then we can have all the various abstainers, recusals, and then we'll vote the rest of them. All right, and hopefully I don't forget a department. So, all right. Arnie?
Hi, Carolyn. I just got a question here. This is concerning the budget when it relates to the school. We got a summary here, and when Dr. Baeta was here, they were asking for a grand total budget of 73 million, and then there was one 69,610,220, and he promised that he would not exceed that. The second thing is, we've got this summary here that came out after this, and it shows $68,889,015.02. So could we just
Yeah, let me
square this away?
yes. There's been confusion between which budgets were submitted and which numbers. So what we are doing is the school committee's original budget as submitted by charter on December 31st was that $73 million number. All right. Now, on a sheet now, which is going to be one of the things that we changed, the new number of that budget is going to be, the bottom line will be reduced to, for tonight, when we get to that motion, the proposal will be to reduce it to $69,245,872. All right, which makes a balanced budget.
Thank you.
All right, and then what that will be known as from now going forward, that will be the finance committee budget. And once it's voted, the only budget that town meeting is dealing with is the finance committee budget. That's the one that's before town meeting. That's the one that gets voted. So we have select board's budget, school committee budget, whatever budget, original estimated, submitted, whoever did whatever number, it won't matter. We put the 73 on this sheet so that that's the original, just starting with that. And then what we're going to put into the budget tonight, or at least as long as we vote it this way, and if we vote it this way, we do have a balanced budget unless, we start making other changes. All right. And then it becomes the finance committee budget. It will show up in the budget presentation, which, for the warrant and the budget book as the finance committee budget. And that's what we vote at town meeting.
Could I get that number from you again? Because it was a little less than what is on here. Dr. Baeta said. Was
69 million.
Yep.
245,872.
Thank you very much.
All right, and all that will also, the budget format itself is going to be made to look nice and hopefully coherent. So, but all of that will be there. So the budget we vote on becomes our budget, and that's the only one we're worrying about going forward. We don't care what the select board did, the school committee did, or what they talked about each other did or didn't do. All right? It doesn't matter.
We are voting for that number you just gave
Right.
me. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Just to give everyone else a heads up, the changes that'll be in the budget will be, there's an addition that we have to add to Southeastern Public Schools in Norfolk County. because the assessment came in higher. There's an increase in the state and county assessments. This is, these are the pass-through through the cherry sheet. So they're in the budget somewhere, so we have to account on that department for the increase there. So we have to change that department, all right? I just went through the school. We will be making some changes to the snow and ice machinery and truck rental line, insurance compensation, fire theft liability line is, and then the IT director position. There's cuts in those because there's been changes in positions and changes in whatever recommendations from the town manager on those. All right. And those will be changes that we make as we come up to them that we'll vote on. Those departments. I'm not, all right. So are there any other questions on how we're going to work? Joel?
I just have a real quick question on revenues, if you pardon me for a minute. Actually, to you, Mr. Coulter. We opened up off of, I think it's Park Street, that huge industrial distribution center. I'm assuming that they have some kind of TIF agreement with the town and that they will be paying in some kind, something in lieu of taxes.
Through you, Madam Chair, no, there's no TIF agreement.
So they're going to be paying
Full
straight-
boat.
Whoa.
Yes.
And when does that come on board in 27 or?
The policy we did at the last town meeting allowed us to bill them progressively based upon where they
Right,
are
right,
in
yeah.
construction. So we've been doing that. We're about 50% right now in terms of billing them.
All right, so that would be under new growth?
Correct.
Okay.
50% value.
No, okay, I just curious, just where that, I knew it was there, I just wasn't sure how we were accounting for it. Thank you, I'm all set.
All right. Let's go through the various departments. All right. Town council. This was on page 7. We have a department total of 388,500 as printed. And in our, for the, members, if you're looking at your, our printouts of this budget here, we are using the column that we've been using, the FY 2027 House 1 budget for all the municipal budgets. All right, and that's the figure we will change. And then there'll be new figures, and that's, so not having anything. If we wanted to if we have to make a change, we'll have a discussion, say, we'll discuss them. If not, we'll just go through and move on to the next ones. All right. The town moderator, which was page 8 in, which is a budget of $8,333. Next, the select board of a budget of $21,100. That's the select board advances. I'm missing this page here. Oh, okay. No, all right. All right, the town manager budget, which was on page 10. And between, we have salaries and expenses. The grand total of the budget is $593,516.96. Anyone feel the need? All right. I'm trying to keep my papers organized. All right, our finance committee budget is in the amount of $427,250, of which $400,000 is finance committee reserve. And the rest are our temporary wages, some printing, and probably a lot of printing, and some dues and subscriptions and other things. A lot of printing, like we pay for the warrants. Any comments on that one? Let's move to the next town accountant. We have a bottom line of $653,786.57. 67 cents. Nope. Next, centralized purchasing in the amount of $130,416. Next, Board of Assessors, $415,518. Next, Treasurer Collector, bottom line of $650,078. Next, Human Resources, bottom line of $302,100.52. Procurement, we have a bottom line of $113,831.22. Information Systems, we have a bottom line of $636.26. It's $636,026.44, and we need to make a change here because that's where the IT director is. So, the IT director, we are reducing the salary of the IT director. We're reducing it to, if you could, I'm looking at the list. Am I reducing it by 28,000 or am I reducing it by 104,000?
We're reducing it by 104,000.
Okay, and can you explain why? So that we know why we're doing this.
Madam Chair, as the members may or may not know, we met last evening, and the town municipal government agreed to reduce its expense by $250,000 in an effort to support our colleagues over in the school department. We're happy to do it. We're doing it in 3 areas. One is to reduce the finance director's compensation. As you may or may not know, Trish is leaving.
Not the finance director.
I'm so sorry, pardon me. The IT, thank you. Trish is the IT director who's leaving to become the assistant town manager in Bridgewater. We're very happy for her. We're sad to see her go, but she'll be a friend for life. And then we will be looking at other categories as well. But for this portion, it's to reduce the finance director's role by, I believe, $104,000.
Not finance directors, you keep
I'm
saying
sorry
it,
I
all
keep
right?
doing it.
Poor
It's been
Heidi, she's gonna leave us before she's been here for the
It's
whole
been a-
town meeting.
It's been a very long week. I'm sorry, the IT director. And we'll hire an IT director mid-year, but we believe we can save this kind of money.
Right.
Sorry about the misconfusion.
Thank you. So Arnie?
Through you.
Yep.
Tom, so when we hire that person, you're reducing the salary from 132 to by 104,000, right? So when you hire the new one, how are we going to finance that?
We don't expect Arnie to hire that person until mid-year or late year in the fiscal year.
For at least for right now, and perhaps this might help Arnie, what we had talked about is there are 2 people in the town IT department, and then the school has an IT department, a couple people as well. So there'll be some working together between the various departments, and everybody is, if we have to, we believe we can make it work for the year. It may work better, it may not, but at least, so that's why the commitment for is right now, we'll reduce it, and then they'll see as we go, we'll have a better idea. If they need to do something about it, like it's a complete disaster, I'm sure we'll be a town meeting in the fall or winter where we can address it, but we expect that, it won't be.
Madam Chair, lady, just a brief comment on that in support of what you just said. This was a very lengthy meeting last night with the leadership of FinCom, the leadership of the schools, the town leadership. And one thing we agreed on, and I believe was a major breakthrough, that the town and the school, the municipal and the school can work much closer together and see if we can find, it may or may not work, but we'll
Right.
deal with that at a
And
later
it,
date.
and it depends on a bunch of things, but both the town and the school are willing to give it a try, and everybody's confident that it'll at least work. It may not be a permanent solution, but it'll at least work for a year.
It's very exciting.
Arnie?
Real quick, what is the expected salary for the person that you bring in on the next fiscal year?
The current IT director, I got it right that time,
The current
Is-
IT director's salary is $132,744.67. That was in the budget.
Is that what will be offered on the next?
We haven't offered anything yet. Trish, this job has not been advertised. We have not done anything about it. All it is, I believe, Trish, which is congratulations to her, and we wish her the best, and it's well deserved for her. I know it's been it's a goal of hers, so it's nice that it gets to happen. Nothing's been done about this position because this is relatively recent. I mean, this happened even after our hearing on this department budget.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Arnie, I think what you were getting at is, would we hire somebody else later at this salary? I think that's a question you were asking. I would assume, depending on when they come in, the salary will be decided upon based upon their experience and what they can fit into the budget.
Which is what I would expect.
I mean,
Correct,
right.
yeah. Because if they're getting somebody who's got 3 or 5 years experience, they're not going to make the same than what Trish was making versus if they get somebody with Trish's experience, so, but yeah, I mean, again, there's a total that you can't go over. So
And
whatever it is will be.
Right. And realistically, you are probably not going to get someone for $50,000 for that position. All right. And, the amount that will be offered would probably be in the range that is that, some, maybe, several $1,000s in a range of like maybe 30 to 40, $30,000. So like, it's not going to be 200,000 and it's not going to be 50,000. And,
So, Madam Chair, if I may, we do this year-round. When human resources leave or they come, we've looked for opportunities for consolidation. One thing I'm going to say about the IT department, it's in great shape.
mhm.
We've had projects and plans that are coming to an end. The timing is perfect for us to take a little bit of a gamble and not replace Trish right away, maybe second quarter, maybe third quarter of the fiscal year. And by then, we'll know better about what we know. Or we may find out that we can collaborate closely with the school department and share an IT person. Or maybe we find out that the person who's still here is elevated to a position and we hire a lower level, entry level person that hooks up computers.
Right.
But we look at it every time there's a change in headcount, we look at ways that we can do more with less. And
And,
it's exciting to do it with
Yeah.
the school.
and historically, way like 20 years ago, those positions did work together. That's how it originally started. So, as needs grow and everything else, we'll see how it works. But, this originally it's how the IT director in the town started, by working as part with the schools, and there was shared positions. And then, more tech, more people with dumb questions that the IT department has to answer, need a few more people. But this, so we're going to see if this works again. All right. So, we are adjusting this budget by reducing the number in this budget line item by $104,000. So our new number is not 636,020. It is now $532,026.64. All right. Let, is any, we're all okay, do we need to vote on this?
44 cents, Carolyn.
What,
It's 44 cents.
44 cents?
Yep.
Oh, all right, I read it wrong.
Do we have to vote on each of these that we change, or do we vote
Yeah.
at the end on one?
We're gonna vote each one that we change, we're gonna vote each one we change.
Okay.
And if we don't change, we'll add them, we'll vote them separately and then roll in everything else so that the abstentions, the recusals. So I'm gonna call for vote on the reduction of this line item. So the new line item for the IT information systems budget is $532,026.44. All right, that's the motion and it's been seconded. All right. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hands and say aye. Aye. All those opposed? $532,026.44.
64 cents. Oh, I'm sorry, 44.
44 cents.
Jeez. I went back to the other number.
Thank you. So the motion carries 10-0-0. I am just reading what's on here and hoping I'm reading it correctly. All right, we will move to the next item, budget, which is facilities. And the facilities budget is on pages 21 and 22. And we have a total of, I just lost it. $236,665.35. Any comments, questions? All right. That one's accept. Our next is the town clerk's budget. The bottom line of that budget is $343,185.55. Any, moving on? All right. The next is the elections town meeting. I know we have one recusal. So Joel will recuse. We have $76,000. Any questions? Yep, Arnie?
Have you got any idea what if there's going to be any more special town meetings? Because we had an awful lot this year. And are we accounting for the same amount next year?
I'm sure they're planning for the fall, one in the fall and one in the spring, the annual or in the special within the annual. Anything beyond that may not be planned, but also, to be honest, if you follow the charter, anyone can request a town meeting at any time if you want to go get all the signatures to do so. You're welcome. This is for elections, so like it wouldn't, well, there are some supplies for town meeting committees in here. All right,
My bad.
and vote, so like it could be supplies for the committees, but not necessarily for the town meeting. Our warrants come out, the cost of the warrants come out of the finance committee budget. All right, but this is like, there are elections, there'll be a state primary, the November election, and then the town elections. Yeah. All right. We're not making any changes. We can call for a vote here so we can have, since we're on it, we'll just do the election so that Joel can abstain on this part of it. Okay. All right. So the vote on the department elections in the amount of $76,000. I'll call for a vote. All those in. All right, I'll need a motion to approve this as submitted in a second. Yeah, just, I'll have, you're making the motion and and Lauren, you're seconding it. Thank you. I want to have the form right, but I also want to, we have $76,000. The motion and seconded is for $76,000 for the election budget line item. All those in favor, raise your hands and say aye. All those opposed, and all those abstaining, we will note that Joel recused himself from all this. So, we note that in the minutes. So, 901. Yeah. Moving along. Next, economic development. We have, my pages are out of order. I'm missing page 26. I know you put them in order. They're missing one. It must have fallen. I know. I'm just bad as your kid, aren't I? I got that look. I bet Oren gets it. Department bottom line total for the planning board is $951.95. No questions, comments? We'll presume that is going good. Moving on to the next department, economic development. Bottom line here is $132,146. Did I miss something? Oh, page 27. All right. No, well, that one is good. All right. Pages 28, 29. We have police department next. So pages 28 through 30, and the bottom line is on the 30. And we have for the police department, we have a budget bottom line of $9,999,612. Any questions, comments, discussion, proposed changes? Anyone on the police department? All right, we will move on to the next department. Crossing guards, which is on page 31. We have a bottom department total of $134,387. Not seeing any, we will move on. Next department is the fire department, which is on pages 33, 34 to 35.
Wait, no, we have civilian dispatchers on page 32.
Oh, all right, that one I must be missing too, sorry. All right, we have civilian dispatchers.
Total is $63,726.
Nope. Moving on, that one is accepted. Next is the fire department, which is pages 33 to 35. And on the department total is $8,480,747.24. Any questions, comments, discussions, proposed changes? We will move right on. Next department, if I'm right, is building and zoning?
Yes.
All right. So we have this is on pages 36 and 37. We have a department total of $465,400.20. Any burning? All right. Move on. That one's done. Next department is the animal control. Not animal, well. I'm going to ask, if we would like to take brief recess for like 10 minutes. I don't know if the select board is ready. They could do a swearing in out here so that people don't have to squish into the room. Let me check with them. All right. So actually, we'll take a few minute recess. Actually, let's just just take the recess.
of, what is tonight? Thursday, April 9th, 2026, 8 o'clock. The time is 8:01. There's a quorum of the board present. We have, to my right, Mr. McCrisky, Mr. Carrera, to my left, Ms. Roberts, and Ms. Jakes, as well as myself. The agenda is going to be pretty light tonight. We're actually, if you don't mind, just rising, if you're able, and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So our first order of business is the swearing-in ceremony for select board members who were most recently elected, and that includes Ms. Roberts and Ms. Jakes. If you don't mind joining us near the flag.
This evening, we're going to do one at a time. 2 separate swearings. So either one, Deborah, you can be first, right? You want to get the flag in the background, so face this way. Okay. So Deborah, you stand there. Face this way, and the clerk will face you. You want to get pictures? Yes.
I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially perform the duties of Select Board according to the terms of the town charter, the bylaws of the town of Stoughton, and the general laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Deborah.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Here's your point.
Lauren. Next. So I'm going to.
Okay. Yeah. And raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Lori Jakes,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and partially
perform the duties
perform the duties
of Select Board
of Select Board
according to the terms of the town charter,
according to the terms of the town charter,
the bylaws of the town of Stoughton,
the bylaws of the town of Stoughton,
and the general laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
and the general laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Thank you.
Congratulations, Lily.
Thank you.
Well, I want to look good so we can put it on the big screen at town meeting.
Nice and close.
All right, I'm gonna use Joe's phone and mine, so just bear with me. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, Christine.
Our next order of business is the reorganization of the select board. Before vacating the chair, to begin that process, I just want to take the opportunity to thank the board and the town for giving me the last 2 years. to function as the chair. It's been a fun ride. I've learned a ton, and I appreciate all the support I've received from the members of this board, as well as the town staff and members of the public. Before not going to do this right now, I do have to say, for anybody who's watching this in the future or is watching this from home, we have hijacked the finance committee meeting, and I just want to thank them for their kindness in allowing us the opportunity to have this meeting in the Great Hall. Thank you very much for doing that for us. We owe you one. We appreciate it. The work you guys are doing right now is very difficult and very essential, and can't thank you enough. So my role here is done. I'm now going to vacate the chair. Town manager will oversee the next portion of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's been my great honor to serve this board and especially to work so closely with you as we've taken on many challenges, and your leadership has been extraordinary. And on behalf of all of our board members, I personally want to thank you for all of your time, all of your service, and all of your support. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's customary that, according to our charter, that within 48 hours or no sooner than 48 hours after the election polls have closed, that members be sworn in as new select board members. So I too would like to congratulate Laurie for her election to the select board. You worked very hard and you were a role model for all of us. And Deborah, your service speaks for itself. I thank you for running again and for winning again and for being here with us. It's so important to us. So according to the charter, we must reorganize this evening. And the reason the chair has vacated is he has just vacated the chair as his last act as the chair of this session. So now we choose a board, not we, the board members choose their chair and their vice chair. I will conduct the nominations and the election for chair, and then whoever is elected chair will take the gavel back, and then we'll conduct the nomination and the election process for vice chair. So with that, I'm going to start this way. I'll start this way and take nominations for chair of the board of the select board. And then next time we vote, we'll go that way. Okay, so I'm opening the nomination for chairman of the select board of the town of Stoughton. It will be effective upon the ratification of this vote this evening. So do I hear any nominations?
Mr. Town Manager, I
Sir.
nominate Joe McCrisky for chair.
That would be Joe McCrisky for chair. Thank you, Mr. Cavey. Any other nominations for chair? There are no other nominations for chairman of the Board of Select Board. If that's the case, I will close the nomination, and I would suggest we vote by consent. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
With a show of hands, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Any abstaining? Mr. Carrera abstains. That's 4 yes, 0 no, and 1 abstention. Our new chairman is Mr. McCrisky, and with that, Mr. McCrisky, I turn the gavel over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Calder. Members of the board, thank you for the trust that you've put in me, and we're going to do some great things. We sit here before the Finance Committee and the residents, and in the past few years, there has been a remarkable relationship with the Finance Committee, working together with staff and the Select Board and going to town meeting united on the issues and based on facts. So we look forward, this board looks forward to continuing this great relationship with the Finance Committee and working through the bugs that we always get, because that's what budgets do, and issues pop up. So we do look forward to that. And to those who voted for me, my peers on the board, thank you for your trust. And we're going to do some great things, continue to serve the residents in the best interest of all of our town, putting differences aside and keeping everything based on facts. So with that, I will open up the floor for nominations for vice chair, and I'll go with the town manager's lead. And I'll start with Lori and come up here. So Lori, is there anyone you would like to nominate? All right. Ms. Roberts.
I would like to nominate myself, Deborah Roberts.
Okay. Mr. Carrara. Okay. Mr. Cavey. Okay. All right. So Ms. Roberts has been nominated by herself for the seat of the vice chair. On the question, Steve? Aye.
Aye, yes.
Mr. Carrara? Abstain. Mr. Carrara abstains. Ms. Roberts?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Jakes? Yes. And I vote for Ms. Roberts as well. So congratulations, Ms. Roberts. So with the reorganization complete, there are no other business before the select board at this time. I will gavel this meeting closed. And the Finance Committee, good luck on the rest of your evening.
Good evening. The Finance Committee has resumed its session after our interruption. So you get 2 meetings for the price of 1 tonight for those of you watching. It's a bargain. All right. We had left off, go back to our meeting, we left off on the Animal Control Department budget.
Page 38.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah,
Arnie?
we went through a couple a little too fast, and maybe through you, if we could just ask, yeah, it's going to be page 30. Oh, tell me I got this wrong. I'll use this as an example. Page 36, I see, maybe this is an addition error through you to Heidi. The bottom on the percent change shows 4.76, but if you look on the right side, these are all 2.5, 2.5. Is that an error?
The percents could be different because you're not necessarily adding up. The percent for the 4.5 is the percent of the whole budget changing, and each of the line items that added up are percents of that particular line item.
I see all this stuff at 2.5, which is fine. It's well
I
within
can answer that, Carolyn, if you like.
inflation.
Yeah, please, thank you.
Alrighty, that's a good question, because how is it 4.76% when there's not one line above like 3,
Yeah.
right? But when you have new lines added into a budget, those were never there before, so there's no percentage calculated for that. So you
Got
can
it.
see at the
Can-
bottom, the buyout line.
Can you make sure you're speaking into the mic when you move,
Yeah.
when you turn away, it's losing you.
Let me get it real close. At the bottom where it says buyout, $7,600,
Yeah.
that line was never there because we're gonna have a retirement this year. So that
Okay.
there's no percentage calculated for it because it was just never there before.
Okay.
Okay.
Just curious. Thank you.
All right, we are now on page 38, the Animal Control Department. I take it it's called Animal Control and not Animal. And we have a bottom line of this department of $95,909. Any questions, comments? Otherwise, we are presuming it's all set to move to the next department. All right, so page 39 is we have the education. So we will have a couple of changes here. What? So first, the education budget that's listed on page 39 has no number in it because of whatever. So we are adding the number of $69,245,872. All right, so this will be the school budget. So right now, if you have questions or comments or want to make any changes to the school budget, the Stoughton Public School budget, this is the time.
I'm double checking that number.
So I'm using off of this sheet. That, Heidi, so for those of you that are watching and may not be looking at our documents and also, or who got confused, the Stoughton Public Schools originally submitted a budget request to this town manager pursuant to the town charter in the amount of $73,077,362. I am proposing, and I'm sure the vice chair will make a motion if we need to make this amount be $69,245,872 for our current school budget.
So moved.
And I have a second. So seconded by Joel. So the motion was made by Becca and seconded by Joel to enter the Stoughton Public School budget line item for the FY27 budget will be, our budget will be $69,245,872. That's what the motion's on the floor for this budget. Now, as that, any comments, questions, discussion on anything with the school budget? All right. Not hearing that. I'm gonna, because we added this, I'll call for a vote, and this was a different figure that was at the public hearings. So,
Second.
Marty?
So that would change the total at the bottom of this page.
Right, we're gonna have another, we're gonna do the other parts, and then we'll change the bottom as well, and we'll vote on those, but, I just wanna make sure we do each of the parts of it we're changing. All right, so I'm gonna call for a vote on this motion to put in for the Stoughton Public Schools budget line item of the final total of $69,245,872. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hands and say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? So the vote is one abstention.
So
1, 2,
901.
3. What?
901.
901. All right. 901 for that motion. All right.
Can I ask you one quick question, just to interject for a second?
Mhm.
When you are on the minority, do you vote, do you do the minority report at the end of the whole voting, or is it intermingled with the voting?
Well, I don't know if we necessarily do a minority report on,
I'm just saying in general. I just forgot to ask that.
if you want to put a minority report on any of the articles
Mhm.
into the warrant.
Mhm.
All right. I need it by Saturday.
Thank you.
All right. And I will say our warrant, the reports that have gone in from the Finance Committee and the warrant basically say the Committee has voted blank, 900 to recommend approval of this motion article to town meeting. Or the Finance Committee has voted 110-0 to recommend approval to, of this article to town meeting, because the motions are positive, and if the motion is, if it's like 110, that motion lost. So therefore, we are not recommending approval.
I change my vote then to opposed.
You want to oppose this?
Mhm.
Sure. All right. For the budget, I won't be putting in reports on any of this. We'll vote the budget. We'll make whatever our vote is on the final budget will be the vote. I'm not gonna there'll be plenty of time to talk about it.
Okay, then go back to,
Yeah, you want to be.
I want to see if you're on top of things, Becca.
I'm sorry?
I want to see if you're on top of things.
You're keeping it. Yeah. No. So right. No, I'm not going to put in the Finance Committee is just going to make I'm not going to there's going to be nothing. We will talk about the budget, and there'll be plenty of time for anybody to stand up at town meeting and say whatever comments that you would like on the budget,
Can I make a?
subject to the will of the moderator.
So 9-0 to 1.
901. All right, our next budget on this is the Education Regional Schools Department. And we're going to have a change here as well. So we have a change in the South. We have Southeastern Regional, which was submitted at the amount of $1,565,892.
What
Which-
page, please?
What?
What page, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're still on page 39. All right. Remember, it can cover only one page because they don't put, the Stoughton Public Schools budget's one line here, and we do need to make a change to that budget because since this was put together, we've gotten notification from the assessment for the Southeastern Regional for next year, and it's increased. So I'm going to ask the finance director to explain it.
We need to increase this line by 100,443 for a total of $1,666,335.
Is it, how much is it? I have a difference. It says here, oh, maybe it's my sheet as Norfolk County as well. It says
Yes.
149.
Right,
All right, so that's what we're increasing it by?
just the 100,443. It looks like the the Norfolk County was already increased.
Oh, all right, it was already built in. All right, I see it. Yep, it was built in by the 40,000 already.
Can we make sure we all have the same numbers then? Because I have 91,243 for Norfolk.
Right, but
Right.
if you look at the select board budget for Norfolk, it was 58.
Oh, I see.
So there's that 40 something.
Yep.
So Heidi, are you saying the new Southeastern regional amount is 1.66?
Yes.
And so then we need to increase the department total. Do you have that department total now?
How about, could we do this like one at a time first? Could we increase the Southeastern budget? So could you give us the line item with the increase of 100,000
Should be
to,
$1,666,335.
all right, so I am glad to entertain a motion to increase the Southeastern Regional line item.
I'll make a motion that the Southeastern Regional line item be voted on for the total of $1,666,335.
All right, so the motion was made by Joel and seconded by Jonna to to increase the Southeastern Regional budget. So the new line item is $1,666,335. All those in favor of that motion, raise your hands and say aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? All right, so that motion carries. So that new line item is 106, whatever. I'm sorry. The Norfolk County Agricultural did not need to change because that was already incorporated in the budget, but this does mean that there is a new department total and then there's a new bottom line total, so we need to vote those. So could you just give us the numbers?
The new department total is $1,757,578. In the education, Stoughton Public and Regional School is $71,003,450.
71,003,450.
450.
And for those who need to like hear it otherwise, 71,003,450.
Right? All right, so we'll vote, first we'll vote the, we did change them, so I just want to make sure. But the totals changed. So we'll just vote anyway. We can combine them together. I don't want someone to say at town meeting we missed something. And then have a 55-minute discussion on what we missed and how come we missed it. I don't know who. So for the final changes to the department, the education department budget, we're going to vote the regional school budget at $1,757,578. And then we have a grand total of education, including Stoughton Public Schools and the regional, of $71,003,450. So I am entertaining a motion to vote those numbers, which has been made by Becca and seconded by Marty. All right, so I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, say aye. Raise your hands. All those opposed? Any abstentions? The vote carries. Thank you, everybody. We will now move to the next, engineering. Page 41. We have a bottom line total of $830,123.07. All right. Any questions, comments, needs to make, any discussions, changes? Not seeing any, we will move to the next department. That one's final, and we'll move to the next department. DPW, General and Highway. Now we have to vote
Excuse me,
the,
I'm so sorry, but would you mind saying the page each time?
yeah, I
'Cause
am. I'm just
losing
making
it.
sure I have the right pages
Thank
and
you
trying to
so
find
much.
them first. I know.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, so our the next department is DPW, General and Highway, which is pages 42 to 44. And the bottom line total for this entire department is $2,759,986.52. Do we have any changes that we need to make in this department? Yep.
Dawn, are you going to recuse yourself from this? Okay, in that case, I would like to make the motion to approve the amount for DPW General and Highway Administration for the amount shown at $2,759,986.52.
Right.
Second.
So we'll vote on this General Highway Department. We have the motion to recommend approval, which has been made by Joel and seconded by Becca. This is not a department we need to change, Heidi. All right.
Is there a difference between recusing and abstaining?
Yeah, recusing means you're not participating in any of the discussion, debate, or vote at all. You have no comment on it.
So is it then instead of, if everyone were to vote yes, instead of 10-0-0, it would be 9-0-0?
What?
For recording purposes.
We would record it as an abstention, I think,
Okay.
but it's different than just abstaining.
Okay.
It means it's a notice that you did not participate in any discussion.
Okay, but it's noted as an abstention.
Right,
Okay.
And we'll note it then, like,
Yeah.
there was a recusal. It's noted in the minutes as a recusal. All right. So we need to vote that. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? We have Dawn recused and you're abstaining. So it's 8-0-2.
Okay.
All right. So now we go to the next.
Out.
Oh yeah, we got combined into the one we just did.
Yes.
All right. Now we go to the snow on page 46. And unfortunately, this one is not crossed out because Mother Nature is not going to cooperate with that wish. We do have a change here, and Dawn is recusing herself, so we will note that in the record. Heidi, if you could give us the new number here.
We want to reduce machinery, truck rental from 210,000 to 110,000.
So what's the total amount?
So we need the bottom line expense total, which means,
Will be 400,000 instead of
all right, the department total will be 400,000 instead of 500,000.
Yes. We're decreasing it by 100,000.
I'm sorry. What was that again?
We're decreasing the
Oh,
budget
okay,
by
that I heard,
100,000.
okay.
Because, all right, just to make it clear here, because there's a personnel line item and an expense item. The expense item we're changing. So we have from the 344,000 expense total is being reduced by $100,000 to $244,000.
Correct.
And then, so that is the motion we are going to have, that I am going to entertain, is the motion to reduce the expense line of the snow removal budget from by $100,000. So the new total is $244,000.
I kind of would make an alternate motion on that. I would prefer to just say that for this category, that we vote to approve the snow removal budget at the total of 400,000. Just leave it at that.
I would not entertain that motion at this time because it's making my life too complicated. I
Oh, I thought it'd make it
apologize.
easier.
No, I want it, and as I said in the record, and that's my brain is thinking one way.
All
It
right.
may not make sense to anyone else, but please humor me.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the expense total to $244,000.
Right, so Becca's made the motion to amend the expense total of the snow budget to $244,000, and Marty will second that. All right, all those in favor, say aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? 1. So we have 901 for that motion, which now will bring a new department total budget, which we will also vote on, and, of $400,000 for the snow removal department. All those in favor of the $400,000 for the budget, raise your hands and say aye. All those opposed? All those abstentions and recusals? 1. So it's 901 for the snow department budget in the amount of $400,000. And we will note that Dawn recused herself from all discussion on this budget. Next is the street lighting budget, 47, in the amount of $254,000. Dawn, do you need to recuse yourself from this? No. Okay. Any need here? Moving on, we'll count that one as voted. Fleet is gone, right?
Correct, that's crossed out.
All right. Waste sanitation.
Well, hold on a second. I'm sorry. Are you going to abstain from voting on this particular one? The street lighting? No, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that correctly. then.
Right.
Okay.
So we don't need to vote that one.
All right, fine, good. Sorry.
This waste disposal, waste disposal sanitation department,
Page 49.
page 49 to 51. No, 49 to 51. And the bottom line of 51 is for the sanitation waste disposal budget of $1,993,870. Do you need to recuse yourself on this one? No. All right. Any discussions, votes?
Could you repeat that total at the bottom, please?
On page 51, the bottom line for the waste sanitation department is $1,993,870.
Thank you.
All right, no questions or comments. We will move on. That one is voted. Page 52, Board of Health. We have a bottom line of $208,191.72. Questions, comments? All right, we are moving on. That one is considered voted. Next department, we have Public Health Nursing, which is a new department. And we have a total in this department of $434,087.25. Yep. All those, any questions, comments, discussion on this? And we will consider that voted. Next budget is pages 54 and 55, which is the Council on Aging. And we have a bottom line budget here of $474,312.09. Anyone have any questions, comments, proposed changes? We will consider this one voted. And moving on to next to
Excuse
Veteran
me,
Services.
Carolyn, just real quickly, do I have to recuse myself if I have a relative on that committee, or no, it doesn't matter?
No.
Okay, perfect.
Next is Veteran Services. all right, which we have a bottom line total, this is page 56, of $448,762.12. Any, not seeing any, we'll consider that one approved, voted, closed. Page 57, we have the substance abuse prevention. We have a bottom line total of $102,835. Any, no questions, comments, whatever, we will move on to the next department. Thank you. That one's voted. We have the Commission of Disabilities. This is page 58. And we have a grand total of $3,500 for the Commission of Disabilities for office supplies. All right, we can manage to pass this one without any debate, so we will move on, it looks like. We will move to page 59, and this is the library budget, and let me make sure I have the full, pages 59 to 60. Page 59 and 60, the bottom line is on page 60 of $1,329,890. Any questions, comments, changes, proposed? Not seeing any, we will consider closed, and we will move on. Page 61, which is the Historical Commission. And we have a department total of $800. No debate on that. Not seeing any. We will consider that one closed, and we will move on. We are on pages 62 and 63. We have the Recreation Department budget. And we have a bottom line total of $462,409.64. Any questions, comments, proposed motions? Not seeing anything, we will consider that one voted and move on. Page 64, our next department is the Parks Department. This is 64 and 65, and the bottom line is on page 65. And the grand total of the department is $470,306. Any proposed, no proposed motions, questions, or changes, so we consider that voted and move on. The next budget is on page 67. Next department is community events. And we have a bottom line total of $102,360. Not seeing any discussion, motions, whatever. We will consider that department voted, and we will move on. Page 67 of 85, page 67, we have the next department is the retirement of debt. All right, AKA debt service. We have a grand total of $10,136,174.93. Any proposed changes, comments, questions? Arnie?
What does that mean? That our cost is to the total is going to be 10,136,000, or they retired this much and it's a negative number?
This is what we will be paying, whether it's retired or not. This is the amount of money we will be paying in bills for debt for next year. We are going to we are going to spend $10,136,174.93 on a combination of principal and interest to various debt.
Thank you for that clarification.
You're welcome. All right. Not hearing any proposed changes or anything. We will consider this department closed. We may need a change here, I think. Is this one, Heidi, that we need to make a change to because of the state and county assessments?
It looks like the total on mine is correct. You have $5,694,480. We don't
Okay,
need,
yep.
we don't need a change.
Okay. So the bottom line for state assessments and changes is $5,694,480. This is on page 68. Any questions, changes, comments? We'll consider that closed and voted. Next budget is page 69, which is health insurance. And we have a bottom line budget here of $16,065,537.31. Any questions, comments, proposed changes? Not seeing any, we will consider this one voted. And we will move on to the next insurance. And I think there's a change here.
Yes.
All right, our next department is page 70. It's the town-wide insurances. And we're gonna have the motion, we're gonna reduce this, right?
Yes. We're going to reduce the insurance comp fire theft liability by $146,442.97, which will give us a total of $1,391,159.03.
Heidi, can you say what the reduction amount again?
The reduction amount was $146,442.97. The new line item is $1,391,159.03.
And can you just explain what's being reduced?
Our insurance line, our general liability insurance line is being reduced. Our quote came in lower, so we were able to reduce that line item.
Thank you. So this gives us a new total expense line, which is also the bottom line of the budget here,
Yes.
of
$1,748,382.95.
Could you say that one more time, please?
$1,748,382.95.
So,
And that's for townwide insurance?
yeah, that's for the
Yes.
townwide general insurance, townwide insurance bottom
Total,
line.
total townwide insurance,
Yes.
including workers'
Yes.
comp and all
Yep.
those other items.
Yep.
I got it. Okay, thank you.
So,
I heard
um,
it wrong. All right.
I believe we're doing motions. I believe we have a motion. I will entertain a motion to change the townwide insurance line to $1,748,382.95.
Can I assume that when we do this as before, we are actually approving this portion of the budget?
Yes.
Thank you.
And in this case, because it's just the one, this is the new
That's
bottom
fine.
line. We don't have to do the separate departments and bottom line.
Okay, fine.
Oh, that's
All
fine.
right, that's
Okay.
why, yeah.
All right, I make a motion to amend the townwide insurance bottom line to $1,748,382.95.
Rebecca's made that motion. We got a second. Lauren seconded it. All right, all those in favor, raise your hands and say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? So are you abstaining or voting in favor of it?
I'm still confused on this thing here.
All right,
I thought we were voting, the totals are on fiscal 2027 House 1.
yeah, we changed it though. That's what we're voting because there's a
Yeah,
new.
but that went down to 1,391,000.
No, that
159.
insurance thing went down. We only vote the bottom lines of expenses and personnel. And in this case,
Okay.
the
thank
whole
you.
department is just expense. That's just why we just voted the bottom line.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you voted in favor of it or, all right. So that motion, that department is now done
10-0-0.
with the new number. And it was what,
10-0-0.
10-0-0 for the vote, so that we will now move to the next budget, which is on page 71, which is the retirement contribution. into the contributory pension system of $9,033,380. I'm not seeing any. We will consider that department voted and closed. We have, next page is page 72. We have a department budget of unemployment compensation in the amount of $54,000. Not seeing anyone needing to make any comments, questions, or proposed changes, so we will consider that both department closed. Okay, we have next is page 73, which is transfer to other funds. All right, which is, we have a, which is, the bottom line here is $680,000. Which is a transfer to OPEB and a transfer to workers' comp for anyone that is. All right, not seeing any. I'll send that that department is closed and voted. All right, now our next parts of the enterprise account budgets. Do we vote these budgets as well? We voted all this, so these are all done. Yes. They're just here for, you know. All right, thank you. All right. So having that, we now are going to vote the final budget motion, which, and all the recusals of the departments for public works, assorted highway and snow and the elections are still in effect. So we will, you know,
Can I take a shot at this?
you may, please.
I need somebody to volunteer to do calculator duty.
Uh,
Want to do it?
We don't, why do we need a calculator?
Because we've already voted a bunch of these items and we have to sum that up, subtract it from the total budget and vote the
It's all
remainder.
new in here, right? This includes this, the handout that I gave you, which is going to be our budget motion that we are going to propose, is on this print. So somebody, we just
Okay, hold on a minute.
need someone to, I need someone to make the motion, which is preferably, very strongly preferably, the one that I handed out as the suggested motion, which makes everything balanced and incorporates all the changes. So Becky, you want to read the motion and make Article 12? Because we never had a motion for this in the book. It was all X's, so, in the warrant. So,
Before I make the motion, I just want to make sure, because I looked at Joel's expertise also. So what is your concern, Joel?
Well, Dawn and I had to abstain. If you vote the entire budget of 150,783,168.72, I unfortunately will have to abstain and Dawn will have to abstain. That's why we did it separately.
all right,
Okay.
so, all right, so we need a minute to do the subtraction.
So
What we need to do is what we've done in past is we've added up all the ones that we voted separately. That comes to a total amount. We subtract that from the total budget and whatever's remaining, all of us can vote on it without abstaining.
Okay.
All right, so we had 3 departments, highway, not highway, you know, DPW highway, DPW like general, and then DPW snow and elections.
And elections. So we have to add those 3 up. If somebody has
We can do that. I just want to make sure of one thing though, because you abstain from elections, but you abstain. So I want to make sure we don't go below quorum. So
oh yeah, we have
Separately.
we'll vote them separately. So
we've already voted 3 of them separately.
No, we don't.
what I'm saying is that the 2 of you are not abstaining on the same ones.
Well, we would still.
Oh, it
have
doesn't
quorum
matter?
anyway.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we always have a
Okay.
quorum. I mean, it's who's here. Yeah.
Abstentions, it just means they abstain, but they're still here. They
Okay.
never
Yeah.
changed the
I
quorum.
hope we're here. Are you here? No, she's not here. Dawn left a little while ago apparently, so.
All right, so if we
That's
can
it.
add up the total of those 3 departments,
Can somebody want to read
All right,
out
elections is $76,000.72.
76. Can you just read out the numbers?
76,072 cents. That's very important. Get that.
Okay.
Okay. The DPW General and Highway is 2,759,986.52. Got it? And the snow removal is now 400,000. So those have been voted.
So we're going to add those up.
I have 3,235,987.24
All right.
that we
and
have to subtract.
We have to subtract that from 150,783,186.72. Is it 168 or 158? 168. It's 158?
168.
168 from where?
0.72. No,
Oh,
he's
168.72.
minus 3.
I thought I said 168. My apologies. I'll repeat it one more time. It's $150,783, $168.72. All right, we got it. I always like being corrected by a teacher.
3,235,987.24. 147, 547, 181.48.
All right, can you slow that and say that?
147,
Yeah.
547, 181.48.
All right.
In
So,
that regard, Madam Chairman.
yes,
Chairperson, sorry. I move that we vote the remainder of the budget of
million.
$147,547,181.48, assuming Becca is correct.
The pressure.
Sure.
All right, so we have a motion. And Lauren has seconded. The motion has been made by Joel and seconded by Lauren. So now that we've already voted those three departments of the budget, so the remaining parts of the budget left to appropriate is $147,547,181.48. All those in favor of that motion, raise your hands and say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? So are you opposed to the whole budget? Okay.
No, she's opposed to this amount of the budget, not the other, because she abstained on the other ones.
All right, you're just voting no on this motion. All right. All right.
Huzzah.
That was 910, right? All right. So our budget is done. We have a couple of stabilization fund articles to go through, and then we will be done. Hopefully.
And don't we have Article 11?
Article 11.
Oh, no.
You voted
We
that.
already did this. Yeah.
We have, these are in the special town meeting, which are the enterprise, we have, I believe they are, all right. All right, let me get to the special. All right.
Here, I got it here. Oh, I've got one.
Yes, because there is a change. All right, so we did the water and sewer ones all, right? Because I got motions and I got
Yes.
recommendations. All right, so we have special Special town meeting article, special town meeting Article 7, the deposit to the general stabilization fund. And the motion, the proposed article is to deposit $500,000 to the stabilization fund and to appropriate $500,000 from free cash. That is the one that we are going to not use, right? So I think in this case, what we are going to do so that everybody understands, we are instead, because as we went through the school budget, it became apparent that some of the concerns that they have and the costs that were, one of the major drivers of their increased costs was out of district special education costs. So instead of splitting we have $10 million in the general stabilization fund. We have currently $500,000 in the special ed stabilization fund. The original articles proposed to put $500,000 in the general stabilization and $500,000 in the special ed stabilization. But given the concerns about the increased costs of the out-of-district special ed placements and the unpredictability, that we decided it would be as a group to both the school administration, the town administration, and us have decided that it'd be better and more prudent to put all $1 million into the special ed stabilization fund, so that if it's needed for something comes up during the year that's unforeseen, we can address it without having to go to a special town meeting. And because some of these placements, if it's unforeseen, we could get one bill could be for $400,000. So
Are we still on Article 7?
I'm explaining because Article 7 is going to basically be either dismissed or withdrawn. So the motion I'm going to recommend for Article 7 is that we just refer it to town meeting, because we are taking the new motion we are going to have is, instead of making the motion here, is to make that when we get to the special ed stabilization. I wanted to explain why we are doing that.
Okay.
All right. So I will just entertain, if I have a motion to refer to town meeting for Article 7.
So moved.
All right, so Joel's made the motion to refer Article 7 to town meeting. Dawn seconded. All those in favor, raise your hands, say aye. All those opposed, anyone abstention, that motion to refer to town meeting carried 10-0. We are now moving to special town meeting Article 8, which is a deposit to the building stabilization fund in the amount of $600,000. And the motion is to deposit $600,000 to the building stabilization fund, and that to meet this appropriation, $600,000 be transferred from free cash.
So moved.
So Joel has made that motion. Becca seconded. All right, any discussion?
Yes, I just wanted to note that after we do this, the fund will have a total of $4,050,458. Just for information.
Thank you. All right, all those in favor of the motion, raise your hands and say aye. Aye. All those opposed?
I'm just confused what just happened here. We need, we're not making the deposit in Article 7. Wait a minute,
Article 7, think of Article 7 as going to be dismissed at town meeting.
thinking that was establishing the stabilization fund. I withdraw
No.
my comment.
Yeah, okay.
Carolyn, if we could clarify this, that article was originally at $1 million, and we cut it down to 500,000.
Well, the article that came to us was for $500,000, right? Oh, was it originally $1 million? Oh, all right, so we do need to
We
vote
want
it.
to keep that article, the price is reduced down to 500,000, not $1 million. So the motion's correct that you have in front of you.
Oh, all right, you changed, all right. You changed it in here, so I read the correct one, but the original one
Yes.
had it as the $1 million.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so we are going to re-vote after we do Article 8. We will re-vote Article 7. I'll explain it.
So isn't there already 500,000 in there for the?
This is the general stabilization. It has what?
I
four-
read the wrong
4 million
motion
as
for
well?
the stabilization, general stabilization fund for Article 7. So we need to go revote Article 7
Okay, so
after
we're
we
not
vote
talking
Article
about the
8.
special ed stuff.
We're not
right
Special
now?
ed,
no.
we will
I thought
discuss,
that's
we
what
haven't
were-
gotten that
Yeah.
yet. I just wanted to explain why the motion for Article 7 was second, but, all right.
So we're not going to refer it to town meeting?
No, we're going to revote it, but
Okay.
we're going to vote Article 8 first. So the motion to deposit 600,000 into the building stabilization fund from free cash. All those in favor, raise your hands and say aye. All those opposed? All those abstentions? So we have 9, you opposed? And are you abstaining or voting in? What? You're voting against?
Yes.
You voted yes, so 9-1-0. Okay. Now we got to go back to Article 7 because I read the motions wrong. I got mixed up. All right. So
I'd like to make the motion that the town vote to deposit $500,000 to the stabilization fund and to meet the appropriation. How much is being transferred from free cash? I think it all is, isn't it?
500,000. All
$500,000 from free cash.
right. So Joel's made that motion.
Second.
Let's get the motion on, then you can ask my question.
Second.
All right. So the motion's been made by Joel and seconded by Becca to deposit for Article 7 to deposit $500,000 into the general stabilization fund coming from free cash. Lauren.
Now I'm confused, really confused. Are we on, I need to, I just want one question answered, that's all. Is there $500,000 right now in the special education account?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna put another 500,000 in. is
We're
that
gonna,
right?
I will explain, we're not on that one yet.
I thought we were going to that one then?
I had to go back and do Article 7 because I did the wrong motion.
Okay, so are we going to that one right now? Like, is this
No.
the next
We
one?
gotta, I don't know what the next one is yet. I'm just going in order.
It's the third one down. So we've, yeah. it's the
All
third.
right. So this is to put $500,000 into the general stabilization account. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hands and say aye. Aye. All those opposed?
All right. So that was 10-0-0.
All right. Now we are moving to the next article on the
Article
special
9.
town meeting, which is Article 9, deposit to the fire apparatus stabilization account. If someone could please read the motion as,
I make a motion that the town vote to deposit $1,150,000 to the fire apparatus stabilization fund, and that to meet this appropriation, $1,150,000. Did I say that right before? Be transferred from free cash.
all right, so Becca's made the motion. We have a second. Lauren seconded. Any questions, comments, discussion on the article?
Is this what we're using to buy the
Ladder truck? Yeah,
Okay.
the big ladder truck.
The one
Yeah,
without
for
all
the-
the specializations.
According to my math, that means the total amount in the fire apparatus stabilization account after this vote will be $2,416,291, which should pay for the fire truck.
Yay. All right. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hands and say aye. All those opposed? No abstentions. That motion carries 10-0-0.
Yep.
All right. Article 10, which is a deposit to the capital equipment stabilization account.
I make a motion that the town vote to deposit $500,000 to the capital equipment stabilization fund, and that to meet this appropriation, $500,000 be transferred from free cash.
All right. So Becca's made the motion. Do I have
I'll
a
second
second? Joel seconded. Any questions, comments? Joel?
Just for your information, that means that after we approve this article, there will be in this particular fund, the capital equipment stabilization account, $1,535,202.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to call for a vote. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hands and say aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? All right, that motion carries 10-0-0. Article 11, now we're on the special education stabilization account. Becca, could you please read the motion?
That the town, I make a motion that the town vote to deposit $500,000 to,
Oh, sorry, now.
oh,
That one, sorry. That's what, it's $1 million.
I know, but Don't,
That's the original.
yeah, we're not,
We're
okay.
just,
Don't we have to vote this and then vote that?
No.
No, okay, thank you. All right, I make a motion, I propose that the town vote to deposit 1 million to the Special Education Stabilization Fund, and that to meet this appropriation, 1 million be transferred from free cash.
All right, so Becca's made that motion. We have a second. We need a second. Dawn will second it. Okay, Lauren. Yes.
Now, I thought there was already 500,000 in there.
There is.
So we're putting 1 million in with the
Yes.
500,000?
Yes.
I thought it was the 500,000, we were putting it 500,000 more to
Oh.
make it 1 million.
Right. Originally, that's what we were planning to do at the time of the hearing. However, in going through the discussions, and the agreements on the budget with the school reducing the budget, we thought it was better to put an additional 500,000 special ed stabilization fund, because one of the big drivers in the school's increased budget was the out of district special education costs. Some of these costs have been absorbed outside of the budget by the school department by using funds like that they have in reserve from circuit breaker, which is payments that they get from the state, reimbursement for those really big out of district placements. They get percentages back. And they had saved some but they have gone through that over the last couple of years. So there's no reserve left. So they have very little capability in their budget to absorb a big placement. And since we're reducing their budget anyway, by what they asked for by,
3.4 million.
3.5 million, we are concerned that there won't be enough room for them to absorb any really big things. So since that's why we're increasing the money there.
Okay.
If they don't use it, it will just sit there in case they do, but they will likely need it at some point next year.
Mhm. So,
Um,
last question.
Yes.
Madam Chair, if
So
I may,
right-
Lauren, I'd like to expand upon that before you go on to your next question. I hope this clarifies it. There was a 500,000 in there.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I know. The original budget we deposited an additional $500,000 for next fiscal year.
Yeah.
In the discussions last night, it was decided that one way we can take the ambiguity out of the school budget is to stabilize the fund for special ed, so we deposited another 500,000. So there's three parts. There was a 500,000 in there already. In our original budget, we put another 500,000. Last night, we added a third component.
So if it all is voted,
So going forward, are we going to make sure there's 1 million in there yearly?
well, there will be
So it's always
1.5
gonna be a million.
this year.
That's going to be like the base for the special.
I mean, that might be something to consider. I don't think we got that far in our discussions for last night.
I knew I wasn't that crazy.
Yeah, we can only vote on 27.
Right. No,
Okay.
At this
No.
time, we can only vote on 1 year.
right. So, I mean, it is likely that there will be money taken out of that stabilization account at some point next year.
Yeah.
All right.
I understand all about the
Right,
fund.
Right, so if
it just wasn't
everyone's
meant to be.
voted at the end of town meeting, there would be 1.5 million in that stabilization account. All right. Any other questions, comments, discussion? We'll call for a vote. All those in favor of that motion, raise your hands and say aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? All right, so we have 910 for that. Okay, what's our, are we done?
Hang on. I think that's it.
All right. So we are finished with our town meeting hearings. Thank you, everybody, for, I do thank you all. You guys, besides my bumbling through a lot of this and everything else, you guys all really did a good job. And we sat through and did a lot. And you asked good, thank you. So,
I was going to say, thank you for putting up with me as well.
yep,
All right, I make a motion to
adjourn. It's
until-
a meeting, our public hearings are done, so we just
make a
adjourn our
meeting,
meeting.
make a motion to adjourn.
All right. The motion's been made by Becca to adjourn and seconded by everybody else. All those in favor, let's aye. All those opposed. Thank you. The meeting's adjourned.